Hey guys, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me inside of the Dream Practice group. I had just a couple of minutes to hop on and do a quick live stream for you guys. And I wanted to, first of all, just welcome everybody new that's here into this group. We've had a lot of new people joining, and it's awesome to have you here. And definitely think you'll find this community to be really helpful and supportive. So it's great to have you, and just let me know, like tag me inside of the group if you have any questions, if there's anything you're challenged by or you want help with, just let me know. I'm totally accessible inside of this group, and I'm more than happy to help you out, okay? So I wanted to chat just briefly here. This will be short and sweet, but I wanted to chat just briefly about a topic that is really, really important. It's something that comes up all of the time when I'm doing consults with people, or just kind of hearing their experience building a practice, like hearing about this. And this is something that affects all of us. And you see the title of this video is a little known way to get even better results for your clients or patients. So I wanted to kind of bring this topic into this equation, because what we all care the most about in private practice is, are we helping people, right? Like, are we actually getting amazing results for our clients or our patients? That tends to be, if you have integrity and you're, conscientious, that's what you care the most about, is like, am I getting great results for my people? And what we tend to do is we put all of our focus into developing our clinical skill set to get better results for people, right? So of course that's logical, it makes total sense, but we tend to forget this other part of the equation, which is that your front-end marketing actually determines to a very large degree what kind of results people get in your practice. And how does this work? Like, why is that true? Well, I wanted to spend just a minute or two highlighting this, because it's often overlooked. Nobody really talks about this, but how you attract people into your business will largely determine the quality of work you can do for them and what kind of results you're going to get. So your front-end marketing is really meant to be like a filtration system. It's meant to magnetically attract the right people to your work, and it's meant to actually repel the people that aren't aligned with you or your message, or they're just not going to be a great fit in your practice. So if your marketing is set up the right way, you will naturally attract way more of the people that you're meant to serve and to help out there. And one of the greatest pitfalls that I see over and over again in private practice is practitioners who they might be getting busy. They're filling their practice in, their schedule's getting busier, but they're oftentimes attracting like the wrong people. They're not able to get those people great results. They get people that are skeptical or that don't follow through on care. They make excuses, or they cancel, or whatever it is. But that easily creates burnout and leads to like a lack of positive momentum in the practice, right? So your front-end marketing should really take care of all of this. And if you feel like you're full of doubt sometimes about the results that you're getting for people, or it doesn't go deep enough, or something is just missing here, I guarantee you that a lot of it has to do with your skill level in marketing. So it's really interesting, because a lot of us think of marketing, and if you're watching this live or catching the replay, let me know if this is you. It was certainly me when I started my practice. A lot of us think of marketing as something that we kind of have to put up with in business. It can feel like sleazy, it can feel inauthentic, it can feel salesy, and we all hate being sold to, right? Like, nobody loves when somebody comes into our space and says, hey, buy my stuff, hey, go come and work with me. And we often think like that's what marketing actually is. And because of that, we form like a really negative impression of it. And we just basically say to ourselves, like, if there's any way I can make this all work without having to do that, please tell me how to do that, right? So who can relate to that? I mean, that's a big, big issue in practice. I see it over and over again, is practitioners who just have like a really negative definition of what marketing is. And it's understandable why, because they hate being sold to, and they see a lot of examples out there of what they don't want to be doing. But then what happens is they actually end up repelling not only like enough clients from coming, but the right people from coming, because they're holding on to this negative definition. And what I want to do right now, you guys, is help you define marketing in a way that frees you up to serve more people, make more money, and just make the impact that you're here to make, and get better results for people. So the way that I define marketing It doesn't have to be salesy. It doesn't have to be schmarmy or like weird and just awkward and all the stuff we don't like about it. Marketing to me is just the entry point into the transformational process for the client. That's really all it is. It's the initial exposure that a client gets to you that actually shifts their beliefs, shifts their limiting thinking, and makes them feel some sort of shift in their understanding that motivates them, that compels them to learn more and to work with you. That's really what marketing is. So a lot of what marketing is on the front end is about shifting people out of their limiting beliefs, out of the myths and BS stories that they're holding on to that are limiting them in life. And everybody here in this group, if you own a business of any kind, you can do that, and you should be doing that, because that's a huge service to offer people. Most people will never come in the door to see you if they're holding on to stories that are not serving them, that are repelling them from, repelling the kind of help that they need. So your job in marketing is to position yourself as a transformational leader who is going to go in there and shift people out of their stories that are not serving them, and then warm them up to work with you and do the right education and the right kind of follow-up process to make sure that that person gets the support that they need, okay? That's all that marketing is. It's the entry point of the healing journey for the client or the patient. So I want you to reframe marketing in that way. So if you've been holding on to a negative definition and you're like, I don't want to learn how to do all this stuff that Kevin talks about, it might make me more money or whatever, but I don't want to do it because it sounds pretty painful and it sounds like a big burden, and I would rather just focus on my clinical skills. I hope this helps you reframe that belief. I hope this helps you see it in a new light, that marketing is actually an amazingly helpful thing for both you and your client or patient, because it's taking them out of a story that is not serving them, and it's extending an invitation to be of service to that person. So you have to realize, if you're not good at marketing, what's going to happen is the people that need you the most out there in the world are not going to find you. Or if they do find you, they're not going to come in anyways, because you're not good at doing what I'm talking about right now, which is educating them and helping them shift out of stories or beliefs that don't serve them, right? So this is all that marketing is, you guys. And if you think of it in this way, it should naturally create more excitement in you, more passion to do it. And in my coaching work, what I see over and over again is that the clients that I work with who get passionate about marketing are always the ones who have the best results, because something clicks for them where they finally get this. They're like, oh, okay, this is a total win-win. I will get more visibility, I'll make more money, and I'll help way more people if I'm good at marketing. Instead of defining it in a negative way that undermines business growth, I'm going to choose to see it in a positive way that I naturally get excited by, which is marketing is the entry point into healing and transformation. It's a way of shifting people out of their limiting beliefs, basically for free. That's what you're doing, is helping them reframe their stories so they can then have the right understanding to then get in the door and see you, okay? So when I got this in my practice many, many years ago, this was a huge paradigm shift for me. And this is what got on this whole path of getting saw what the best are for me. Even got the better results, the more of an impact I was making. So I'm going to touch on this just a little bit more, this connection between how you attract people and what you actually do for them, and then we'll wrap it up. I could talk about this all day. I want to keep this kind of short and sweet for you guys. So you want to look at how you attract people and the work you actually do for them as all part of the same energetic continuum, right? If how you attract people tends to be pretty random, it's just through maybe just word of mouth, or occasionally somebody off of Google finds you or whatever, and there's no front-end filtration process like I'm talking about, you'll kind of create the impression you'll work with anybody, and whoever shows up, and that's great. That can work. More often than not, it's going to lead to burnout, though, and it's going to make you feel frustrated because you're going to be getting a fair amount of people in the door that just aren't in a good place to receive what you have to offer. And then you're going to blame yourself. You're going to judge your work, and you're going to feel bad about what you're doing, which is going to put out a repellent energy, and you're going to actually ward off more business coming your way. So hopefully you can see why this is such a crucial issue, because if you're intentional about who you attract and you understand sales psychology and front-end marketing in the way that I'm talking about here, now you can attract people to your work who are actually a perfect fit for what you offer, and you don't have to doubt your abilities or second guess yourself. It just tends to happen very naturally. And don't we all love those clients who just show up and they get great results and they do the work and they don't just look to you as some miracle worker who's going to take all their problems away? We love those people, right? And we want more of them. Your front-end marketing should be the magical solution to get more of those people in place, right? I mean, just this morning I had, it was an interesting morning because I had somebody email me who watched one of my free webinars online, and I always have people watch some sort of free webinar piece of content before they would join a program or work with me in any sort of coaching context. And he emailed me or just sent an email in through our little help ticket there, and he said he's just basically scathing, full of criticism, right? Oh, he's finding all these flaws in it, and it just wasn't this and it wasn't that, and I expected better this. And the reason I have front-end marketing like that set up is so I can repel people like that. Because if somebody like that who's just always looking at the negative and who's just going to pick everything apart and be super critical of everything, if I bring those people into one of my programs, it tends to be pretty painful and pretty disastrous. And I've learned some of that the hard way, right? It's no different for what you do. You want front-end marketing that attracts and repels and educates effectively, so you are bringing the right people in the door. So start to think of marketing as the entry point into healing, into the transformational process, okay? And if you make that shift energetically in yourself, you should naturally find your passion for learning all this stuff that I teach goes way up, and the resistance to learning this stuff goes way down. So learning Facebook ads, SEO, content marketing, video, networking, speaking, email marketing. Obviously, there's a lot to learn here. It's a whole new skill set. But if you're passionate about it, if you find a natural motivation to learn it, it happens so much easier, and you put things into action so much faster, right? If you resist it, if it feels like this big burden, if it feels like something I gotta kind of do to be successful, but I don't really want to be doing this stuff, then we have a problem, and everything takes a really long time, and it's kind of painful. So this is why I want you to shift this definition right now, because marketing is your best friend in business. If you know how to market well, you can create whatever you want. You can create any level of success you want in any market. It's all based on this skill of marketing, okay? So please don't hold on to negative definitions about it or BS stories or anything that blocks your success. And I see it, like I said, I see it every day. People holding on to these stories that just are not serving them in their business. So I think that's it. I could talk so much more about this, you guys, but I just wanted to highlight this because it's an issue I see all the time. And I want people in this group to feel, really, really aligned with what they're doing. If you have a big vision for your practice, which I hope you do, make sure you're not blocking that vision by holding on to unconscious stories about getting there that just don't serve you. So let's make sure we're all on the same page, and marketing is something we develop a passion for because it's a way to serve way more people, get better results, and of course, set yourself up for a much higher quality of life so you and your family have more options and can enjoy life at a higher level. That's all marketing is. So I hope that helps you see it in a really positive light. If anybody has any questions real quick or wants me to elaborate on anything, I'm more than happy to do it. I got to go pick up my son here in a couple minutes, but if you have a question or two, pop them in, or if you're catching the replay, yeah, still fire away with questions, and I'll get back to you later and make sure I help you out, okay? Cool, Angela, good to see you. I hope all is well. Yeah, and it's all about relationships in this day and age, isn't it? That's what social media has done. It's buying from people is all about relationships, and that's a lot of what marketing is too. It's just relationship building and establishing value and goodwill. So I don't see any other questions coming in. I'll leave it at that, you guys. Thank you for joining me. If you want more help with what I'm talking about, and you just need to learn how to market your practice and get things moving and fill your schedule with people that are ready to receive what you have to offer, you can go to, I'll leave this link in the little comment thing here. Just go to buildyourdreampractice.com/apply. There's a little form there to fill out. Give me as much detail as you can about where you're at, and I'll personally get back with you ASAP and just give you some honest feedback about what I think you should be doing. If I think I'm a good fit to help you out, I'll let you know. If I'm not, I'll totally be very honest about that too and tell you what I think you should do instead, okay? buildyourdreampractice.com/apply. Fill that out. And I'm excited to connect with you soon and get to know some more of the folks joining this group. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of the day, and I appreciate all of you, and I'll be in touch soon. By the way, I'm doing another live stream tomorrow here in the group. I think it's at 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern time, and I'll be interviewing another one of my awesome clients, John Merman, who's just a really cool guy, and he'll have all kinds of cool insights to share with you. So tune in for that if you can live, or catch the replay anytime after the fact, okay? Okay, guys, thanks. Have a great rest of the day. All the best, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.